because y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Rich Trapper.
I flex with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about late night.
Putting out a video when the story first broke on Jefe. Poetik Flakko has since received immense backlash from individuals, other podcasters, members, what have you, for putting out a video saying that Jefe was responsible for the situation at the taco stand. Of course, we all know that that's not true. He was not responsible. Poetik Flakko put out a video in great detail. I didn't cover that. I didn't play that.
But he for sure put out a video in great detail covering a powing that didn't happen.
Saying that was
Flex the Flash, where you been at, bro? Where you been at, man? I'm glad to see you in here, man. If y'all ain't did so yet, hit the like, hit the comment, hit the get subscribe button, drop a like, drop a hype, drop a super chat. All of that. Let's get into it.
Jefe's car at the scene. Or he said, now, that car may or may not be at Jefe's or what have you. He works at No Jumper, or at least used to, Poetik Flakko, so he knows the kind of cars that Jefe drives. And he sat there and said that that car was his, was one of his cars, and that Jefe was the driver, all sorts of stuff. Again, only to find out that this is not true. So many people have come after Poetik Flakko saying you putting out this sort of misinformation, putting out information accusing this man of a hot one.
Let's see. Flakko put out the misinformation, yeah, but the root of his misinformation is WACK100.
That he is not responsible for it. What say you? What do you have to say for yourself? You are a journalist, a podcaster who gets a lot of views, who has a lot of subscribers. You have a responsibility to your viewers, your fans, your subscribers, and the general public to put out accurate content. And when it's found out that the content you have put out is not accurate and you have profited from said content, what say you about that?
He don't care. Flakko said, I did it for the chili. I did it for the likes and the hypes and the clicks and the ticks. Nigga, I don't give a damn about you ninjas. Flakko makes that abundantly clear.
You then, many people believe, have a responsibility to come out and say, I was wrong. Take the video down, perhaps, etc. Let's see what Poetik Flakko has to say.
If you think that Flakko is finna go ahead and take that video down, you're crazy.
About the video that he made on Jefe that we all come to find out is not true, and had many people believe it that it was true. Many people said,
hey, Rich Porter 40, watch your mouth, bro. Don't be calling the homies dumb. Relax with all that. You feel me? Don't do that. Mind your manners, fool. We LA politicking over here. Don't get to calling. What he said was the dumbass Crips think WACK gonna put them in position. All he gonna do is make them look stupid as F. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm saying watch your mouth. I'm not at all saying that you're wrong. I'm saying watch your mouth.
That video could have started a gang war, even accusing someone from H-Ray gang.
Now, this for sure could have started a gang war. This is the one that for sure could have started a gang war.
They're doing some to someone from Pueblos, etc. And again, it is all not true. It was all misinformation.
Hey, man. No, but listen, though. Now, I've been hearing a lot of critiques. ODM, Spody, AD and ODM. A lot of people have given me critiques on how I handled the Young Ant situation. Right? And I
don't think that AD has any room to tell Flakko anything about the way that he handled the Young Ant situation, because AD was a proprietor and an instigator and a promoter of Flakko's propaganda in the past. So now that it's against somebody who you feel like is wrong, or you shouldn't have did it against this person, now it's the issue. Nah, AD has championed and promoted a lot of Flakko's lies and has helped spread a lot of Flakko's lies. So I can't understand why, if anybody, he would not feel that Flakko was doing, the right thing, because he's promoted Flakko doing these things through its entire tenure of being cool with Flakko on the internet. If I'm wrong, let me know where I'm wrong at. But I think that AD is extremely hypocritical for that. He's been a champion of Flakko. He's been a voice for Flakko. He's been a defender of Flakko. Oh, come on, bro. It's this, it's that. It's not, that's his, blah, blah, blah. He was all that. So I'm just trying to figure out now where you're upset at, because you've been supporting said BS.
I've digested everything. I've taken it in. All right. I am probably going to change, how I put out information and source information, right, from this point forward, right? But still in all, I don't feel like I did anything differently. Because listen, man, if somebody from somebody hood is saying this what happened, I don't think it's a beyond the pale that I reported on it. You feel me? But nonetheless, though, and
okay, so let me get this right. You didn't do anything wrong. You're not taking any accountability. Yes, he did say that he's going to be careful with how he puts out content moving forward. The information that he puts out, which is an acknowledgement that you put out some wrong information, but then goes on to say basically that it was the other dude's fault. The dude from Peblos who had put out the video saying what he said, and he said some stuff too that he should not have said in his video, which I will not get into, never played it, not going to play the video, still, even though we know that this is not the case with Jefe. Poetik Flakko says that since this dude put out the video, put out this information, it's not beyond the pale for him to cover it then. Because someone from some hood said, well, you disparage and denigrate individuals from hoods, gang members. So you're taking the gang members' word for it. You say that gang members are scumbags, bums, dumb individuals. So you're taking a gang member's word for it and do a whole video on it. Now we find out the gang member was also wrong. So
here goes the thing, though. Old boy from Pueblos was misquoting. He was actually quoting Flakko, and the fact that Flakko still is going around making it seem like he got it from old boy from Pueblos is sick. The actuality of the fact is old boy from Pueblos got the information from Flakko.
Yes, it is beyond the pale for you to do a video based on another individual getting on the internet, ranting, saying some things, and he is inaccurate. You should still do your homework and make sure that the information you're putting out is not just based on one individual coming out on the internet ranting about something. And then you take that and run with it and do a whole video,
Flakko don't go outside, but a lot of these YouTube niggas don't go outside. A lot of y'all favorite YouTube. Think about it. Outside of me, who do y'all really even see doing outside activities? It's not even just Flakko at this point. None of these niggas come outside.
Investigation, all of this detective work about a murder that this man had nothing to do with. And your only answer is, gang member put it out there, so I did too. No, the gang member doesn't have 400,000 subscribers. You do. So you have a responsibility, man. That's it. Say that. Say that you were wrong for putting out that video. Say that you were wrong for listening to this gang member. I should have never listened to him and then made a whole video based on what he said.
And you know what's crazy? Flakko didn't listen to the gang member. The gang member listened to Flakko. It's sick how that situation and that narrative is being pushed.
Nothing else to go on it. No other evidence, only what he said. This individual that I don't know nothing about his hood. You're not from anywhere in LA. You don't know nothing about none of this stuff. You just think that you do. You don't know nothing about nothing. This once again proves it. They made a whole video about this man. That's not true. And Jefe is called in and spoke with Spody Face and said that these YouTube videos that individuals have been putting out, I don't know how accurate it is. I don't know how accurate the phone call is with Jefe and Spody Face. I'm sure that they spoke, but I don't know exactly what was said. But according to reports, the phone call that they had, Jefe referred to the fact that these YouTube videos that have been put out on him in bulk since his arrest helped lead to his bail being enhanced.
Now, I've never seen where Spody Face said that. Can somebody show me where Spody Face has actually said that Young Ant said his bail was enhanced because of the YouTube videos? I've never seen that. I've heard people saying it, but I've never seen it.
This is what he said, and Jefe, that helped his bail to be doubled from 1 million to 2 million because of these YouTube videos. Again, the accuracy of this, I don't know, but that's what the word is. I wouldn't doubt some of it. I mean, there have been a lot put out on him. And again, this individual put out a lot on Jefe, and not just put it out wasn't just a hypothesis. He's pointing out cars and saying that, yeah, this may or may not have been Aunt Jefe's car, some white car. And showed the whole video of dude getting punched first, and then when the shooting happened at the taco stand, etc. A whole investigation. It took you, an hour, 2 hours to put that video together. That's how in-depth it was. But it's going to take you 1 minute to speak on it, to apologize for it. No, go in depth about how you were wrong, how you're not.
Flakko will never go in depth about his apology. He'll never go in depth about his flammery, skullduggery, and larceny, because that would make him have to have had some sort of accountability.
Not going to do that again, and how you should not have taken that gang member's word. You don't like gang members anyway.
And again, he didn't take a gang member's word. He actually said it first, and the gang member regurgitated what Flakko said.
So to take one's word after you disparage and castrate gang members the way that you do, to then just take one's word, now all of a sudden a gang member is good enough in your eyes to take his word for something like this, for someone losing their life. Now you have enough respect for a gang member to take his word and come do a whole video on it. But the video before, you talking about how much you hate gang members, because every video you talking about this. Make it make sense. And don't get on here and just say, oh, well, a gang member said it, so basically I don't really have to apologize for it. I'm sure people can understand why I did it. He said it, that it happened like, he said it, he's part of y'all culture, he's a gang member. So I took it in. No. You have a responsibility to your audience. That member does not have your audience. That member was not speaking to your audience. You were. Your audience would not have seen that video until you played it. This is your audience. And you have a responsibility, and you have to be accountable to them and everyone else that's seen that video. That's it. And if it turns out that the video was wrong and inaccurate, after you did a whole investigation in that video, and it was all wrong.
But see, it was never an investigation. An investigation is rooted in some sort of truth and some sort of understanding of trying to accomplish and spread the truth. Flakko was giving us propaganda. Propaganda is when you want to have a certain person or certain group of people be viewed and looked upon in a certain type of way, in a certain type of manner, that's normally less than flattering. So it's not necessarily an investigation, more like a propaganda campaign. Definitely a difference.
Everything you said and did in there, it was all wrong, because that's not the situation. Then don't come out here for 30 seconds and say, gang member did it and that's just, nah, man, no. Had the same energy now that you had when you made the video. And it took a lot of energy. It took a couple hours to make that video, edits and all of this stuff that you put in there. Well, have the same energy now when you're breaking it down and dissecting how you were wrong about the video, how the information was wrong. Let us know that. In the same way that you let us know when you put the case together. This is the sort of stuff that I don't like, the hypocrisy that I don't like. We're going to be wrong as content creators. We make mistakes. We say things that are not accurate. We bring you information that is not accurate. Even after we do our own homework before we bring you the information, it can still come out later on that the information was inaccurate, that we were mistaken, that the situation was not what it appeared to be. This happens when you're doing content. You're not going to always be right. You're not going to be perfect. So I'm not asking for perfection from Poetik Flakko, something that I can't provide my audience. It's nearly impossible. But when you do make a mistake, just own up to it. That's all I'm asking. When you do make a mistake, it's bound to happen as a content creator with the information that we receive and how we receive.
Here goes the thing, too. When it comes to these content creators, a lot of them put expectations of each other onto each other when they don't really have them for themselves. And what I mean by that is, I understand and I agree 100% with everything that Damian Porter is saying. If you make a mistake, accountable, and then move forward, blah, blah, blah. Number one, Flacco doesn't even respect y'all enough to have any level of accountability. You have accountability towards people who you respect and who you have love for and who you care for, even if it's just yourself. Flacco doesn't have any love, respect, or any type of anything towards the LA gang culture. So looking for Flacco to uphold accountability doesn't really make sense because he makes it abundantly clear that he don't even F with you ninjas like that. And since he don't F with you ninjas like that, it's easy to understand that, he's going to live how he's going to live. He's going to do what he's going to do. With that all being said, in general, a lot of times people are like, well, I would expect that person to apologize. I would expect that person to at least do this. I would expect that person to at least do that. Why are you expecting things out of people that they don't expect out of themselves? We don't know each other personally. None of us know each other personally. We're all meeting and linking up in this YouTube content space. Now, some of us may have, mutual friends and all that kind of stuff, but very few of us actually know each other personally. So to continuously say, well, I would expect this, well, I would think this, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. You shouldn't expect anything out of anyone, and nobody has to do anything. If we're being 100% transparent, I don't agree with what Flacco did, but should Flacco never want to apologize, I'm not going to take it personal because Flacco doesn't make content that's geared towards me. Flacco makes content that's geared towards people who enjoy Flacco's content. If Flacco doesn't feel like I'm worth the apology, I'm not going to take that personal because if Flacco were to call me to apologize, I don't think that he's worth the conversation. So it's a very mutual understanding. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong? Or y'all let me know what y'all think. But I think that we're all expecting way too much out of strangers.
Information. Sometimes we liable to get the wrong information.
Russ Payne clips. You feel me though? Let me know if I'm spitting.
That happens. Such a rush to go make videos about it before you do an investigation, or even be the first one to drop the content that you just putting stuff out there that's inaccurate. Okay, that happens too as content creators. Just own up to it. That's all. As a man, just own up to it. That's with anything in life. It's okay to be wrong as long as you can admit that you are wrong. I only have a problem when you are clearly wrong and still can't admit it. I have a problem with you as a man.
Odium said what I did was shameless. Spody says he was very disappointed in what I did. AD says that if he didn't like me and somebody asked him, how should like Flacco and others be treated after doing what they did? AD said, man, hey, bro, they should die. But AD was not talking about me. He just said me, right? Right.
So can you give a little context to the people who aren't familiar with like what you do? Just a little bit of context.
I dropped a video on Young and Jefe. I reported that it was about the taco stand, but I actually found out the reason why people thought it was a taco stand. There was a car very similar to what Young and Jefe drives present at the taco stand. So he was there. And he might have been there. I don't know, right? But yeah, but he was ultimately arrested for something completely different than the murder that took place at the taco stand. But yet I reported that after giving some bad getting some bad information, right? So everybody.
So now Flacco's admitting that WACK gave him bad information, and Flacco's taking accountability for the fact that WACK gave him bad information. All right, well at least he's not calling WACK out by name, but we're making progress.
Well, he says a car that was similar to Ann Heaven. He might have been there. Who knows? He still want to justify the video.
Is disappointed in me. Trell, is that what your video is about? How Flacco ruined the Young and Jefe story?
Partly it'll be about that, and along with some other things that Flacco has done. But I mean, I kind of like pointed that out in my video. And but people, I said that with you and WACK, and I played the WACK.
Hold on, bro.
I played the WACK audio, and I said, "Oh, y'all trying to set Jefe up." That was at the end.
I heard that narrative, and y'all got it so wrong. So I heard that narrative too, by the way, right? So people, okay. So I reported about the taco stand. WACK sent me a video and said, Neff, this video here actually proves that Jefe didn't do it.
Okay, so now Flacco's trying to clean it up and all that kind of stuff. Like, bro, why are you trying to clean it up now? WACK must got something cold on Flacco. Cold on Flacco.
I said, oh, word? I watched the video back and said, oh, yeah, this was a girl who shot the dude. I made a video saying, oh, this video here proves that Jefe didn't do it. But all people heard was Flacco played the video of the taco stand murder. WACK sent Flacco the video. They must have been setting Jefe up. When if they actually watch the video, they know that in the video I said this taco stand here video is me correcting myself and saying Jefe.
That's not true. That's not true. That taco stand video definitely was not you trying to correct anything. And now that we have a flu flam afoot, let me see something really quick. Let's see if we can go into this really fast because Flacco is not telling the truth 100% at all. But let's see. Poetik Flakko. And if you ain't did so, yeah, give Flacco a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Let's see. This is bad. Let me see. He's cooked. Is this a video? Let me see.
And is officially being charged with the murder of one of his big homies. Now, the big homie.
Oh, this isn't it. This is bad.
Breaks out. He starts to bang on young Jefe. Where you from, blood?
Yeah, okay. So this is the video of the taco stand unalignment where Flacco says that, you know, whatever, but that's actually not it. We're gonna just fast forward to this real quick. Let me see. We want to go about here. So you want to go here. Let's go.
Eyes is red. Was crying off. But yeah, Jill and that scared God. I tricked out the streets by some at about 2 a.m. in the street.
So Flacco is saying this is where we are right now, just so everybody's clear. Flacco is saying that in this video, that video, he is clearing up the young and his situation. But let's see exactly what Flacco says because everything's on the internet. Let's just see.
It's over. Young Jefe at about 2 a.m. in the morning went over and tried to get some tacos. Okay. Now, this late night taco run ended up in a homicide investigation.
The LAPD says there was an argument just before the gunfire, and it all unfolded just.
Yes, famous. The those two thing is from.
So let's see what's.
He told me he heard about 7 to 8 gunshots.
Young Jefe is from a Trey gangster crib. Young Jefe goes to a taco stand. He's standing in line for some tacos. Now, when you are a black man and you have elevated to a certain place in life, such as where Young Jefe is at, where he's a popping podcaster, a successful YouTube channel, he's on No Jumper, he's famous, the rapping stuff is working out, you want to stay away from certain places, not because you are scared something will happen to you, but you don't want to be around certain groups of people, the street dudes, the street niggas, right? Because the street niggas as a black man is our biggest obstacle, right? Is our biggest obstacle, man, the street niggas. As black folks, we're just trying to get some tacos, trying to eat. A Pablo Blood pull up.
A Pablo Blood pulls up. A Pablo Blood.
I think what like into Pablo's from like 5'4" or 5 dudes, who knows, right? But the Pablo Blood pull up. Instantly, an altercation breaks out. He starts to bang on young Jefe. Where you from, blood? And Jefe, I'm from A-Trey Gangsta Crib. Cool. That should have been the end of it.
None of this sounds like he's trying to exonerate young and Jefe from the situation nor clean up the situation. None of this makes sense to the lie that he's saying. But let's continue.
Hey, you from Pablo's?
Pueblo.
I'm from A-Trey Gangsta Crib. I'm here for some tacos. Let me go about my day. But no. Back and forth kept happening. Now, young and Jefe did something that I think we should all do. Young and Jefe walks away. Gets back into his car. Now, when Young and Jefe gets back into his car, the Pablo Blood follows Young and Jefe to his car. Now, here's the thing, okay? When a gang member asks you, where you from? That's dumb. asking you to validate, right? You have a right to walk where you're currently at.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and let y'all catch the rest of this on Flacco's channel, but just in case you guys didn't know, he never actually, turned down that situation. He was lying. Just throwing that out there in case you didn't know.
Taco stand, there was a car very similar to what Young and Jefe.
You're about right.
Narrative, and y'all got it so. A Young and Jefe story.
Partly it'll be about that, and along with some other things that Flacco has done. But I mean, I kind of like.
Yeah, Flacco definitely spins a cold narrative, but thank God for the internet where we could just call out his lies in real time.
At the taco stand, so he was there. And he might have been there. I don't know, right? But yeah, he was ultimately arrested for something completely different than the murder that took place at the taco stand. But yet, I reported that after giving some bad getting some bad information. All right, so everybody.
Well, he says a car that was similar to Jefe. He might have been there. Who knows? He still want to justify the video.
Is disappointed in me. Trell, is that what your video is about? How Flacco ruined the Young and Jefe story?
Partly it'll be about that, and along with some other things that Flacco has done. But I mean, I kind of like pointed that out in my video. And
now Trell's making point and shoot style YouTube content. Got it. All right. So let's keep it real. Trell has turned into a reaction channel, the Trap News Effect.
I said that with you and WACK, and I played the WACK.
Hold on, bro.
I played the WACK audio, and I said, "Oh, y'all trying to set Jefe up." That was at the end.
I heard that narrative, and y'all got it so wrong. So I heard that narrative too, by the way, right? So people, okay. So I reported about the taco stand. WACK sent me a video and said, "Neff, this video here actually proves that Jefe didn't do it."
And we just watched where they were lying about that, so we don't have to get back into that.
I said, "Oh, word?" I watched the video back and said, "Oh yeah, this was a girl who shot the dude." I made a video saying, "Oh, this video here proves that Jefe didn't do it." But all people heard was Flacco played the video of the taco stand murder. WACK sent Flacco the video. They must have been setting Jefe up. If they actually watch the video, they know that in the video I said this taco stand here video is me correcting myself and saying Jefe didn't do it, and WACK100 actually sent it to prove that Jefe was not a.
Again, we just watched that video, and that's actually not what happened. So Flacco's just lying for the sake of lying. There's no real reason for him to be lying right now. He's literally just lying for the sake of lying.
Yeah, it's all bad, man. The stuff is watered down. The culture is watered down. The gang culture is watered down. And that's why every young man should not even think about joining the gang. Get out of the streets if you are in a gang. Get out of it. Homeboys don't mean anything. They're not going to be there for you. They don't care about you. And they'll let people play with you and play with your name. This should never happen. This should have never happened. And something like this, I would say 30 years ago.
But there's no real recourse. There's no real consequence that's going to be held towards Flacco. Nobody's going to actually do anything. A lot of people will be upset. A lot of people will be angry. A lot of people are like, "Oh, he shouldn't have did it. He shouldn't have did it." But that's not going to stop people from having Flacco on their platforms. It's not going to stop people from having backdoor conversations with Flacco. A lot of niggas who have, come out and said that they're not fucking with Flacco, still be cool with him behind closed doors and all that kind of stuff. Nobody's going to not answer his calls. So let's be real about this. Let's just be 100% transparent about it. There is no actual consequence. Flacco did what he did. He going to continue to do what he do. And you niggas not going to do nothing about it, but continue to be cool with him. Let's be 100% transparent about it. What is anybody really going to do? Who, outside of me, who's going to come up and be like, "Man, we ain't cool with him no more. We don't want to do this no more. We're all standing together and taking a stand against Flacco." Who's going to do that? Nobody. none of these ninjas will ever go against their daddy Flakko. So with that being said, I'm not even mad at Flakko for marking you ninjas out because y'all too easily mark out of them. Straight up.
25 years ago, perhaps even 20.
And I'll make this point as well too. Damian Porter, I can respect what you're saying, bro. I got a lot of love and I got a lot of respect for your content, but I have to disagree. 25 years ago, 30 years ago, however many years ago, if you would have had the same level of technology and had the same level of accessibility to the world that we have, who's to say what y'all ninjas would have did? Y'all ninjas did a lot of, stuff in y'all generation and y'all didn't even have no social media. So imagine what y'all would have done with social media. You can't say what you would have done with a situation that you've never had. It's always easy to say, well, if I had $1 million, I'll do this, I'll do that. But when you get $1 million, it look different. So if in your generation, we would have just seen a lot more ninjas, maybe on coke, on Sherm, doing all kind of other stuff because they had accessibility to film it and then put it on the internet. You can't say what would have happened 30, 40 years ago if you're not going to include the fact of having the accessibility or the attributes or the tools that are available now.
Happened.
If you old ninjas would have had social media, y'all would have been just as reckless as we are.
Where this individual can get away with stuff like this. Putting a case on a real member, his homeboys will be hunting this individual down. You're not going to get on here just with some half-hearted apology. It's not even an apology. And just brush over this. You got a whole thing. You try to solve a whole case on something that can get a man a death penalty. And all you got to say is, someone else did it. So I heard it from someone else. So I just played it. Now come to find you talking about a woman shot the man. You said Jefe was driving the car. And this is all you got to say for yourself? Nah, man, I don't like this sort of stuff right here. I'm not trying to come down on Poetik Flakko because I understand he's a content creator, as am I. And sometimes we get misinformation. You run your content, you find out that it's wrong, you correct it in real time. You correct it as soon as you get the correct information.
Now, y'all can say what y'all want to say about Sadie Nash, but Sadie Nash has made it a point to retract his statement and make it clear that he was not correct about saying that young Ant possibly was arrested for knocking down Big U's son. Sadie Nash has taken accountability. He has, upheld to whatever he has to uphold to, and that's the end of that situation. I'm wondering why the same level of accountability isn't being held towards Poetik Flakko. That's my question.
But that's the whole point. You correct it. You have a mea culpa. You fall on the sword. You say, my bad. You owe Jefe a large apology. You owe his family an apology. You owe the victim at the taco stand an apology. Everyone. I don't hear any of this. I hear justification for making a total inaccurate video. Again, making the video, it happens. I wouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. But it happens as a content creator. That's not the worst part. The worst part is not being able to say that I was wrong and I should not have made the video. Instead, he's going on to say, well, I don't know, he may have been there. He still, what the hell are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? We know he wasn't there. He's not in there for that.
And then Flakko's definitely trying to still clean it up and still trying to make it all right and make it acceptable. But again, how many people will continue to sit down with this dude? Like, I understand Damian Porter's frustration, and I'm not at all trying to make light of Damian Porter's frustration at all. But what I am saying is, man, ain't nobody going to do nothing. Damian Porter, nobody's going to do anything, bro, at all. They're going to continue to be cool with this dude. They're going to continue to do content with him. I get why you frustrated, bro. I used to be frustrated the same way, Damian Porter. But maybe now I just have a different level of acceptance and understanding to the fraudulentness of this content space. A lot of these dudes in this content space are just fake. And once I stopped expecting me out of these fake niggas, man, my life became a whole lot better. I ain't gonna lie. My life became a whole lot better.
What are you talking about? Say you were wrong and move on. You still willing to throw the man under the bus instead of saying that you were wrong. You would rather throw him under the bus still instead of saying that you were wrong. Give a damn where you got the information from. You should not have reported it. It's false information. You were wrong.
Involved in the taco stand situation, but folks automatically heard WACK say, "Oh, I sent taco the video."
That's not what he said. He said he got the information. He said it was a murder reported and Jefe was involved. Then he got the information from this young man that pointed out Jefe at the scene. And once he got that information and or video, he sent it to you to report on it, and that's what you did. And you reported on it and gave some wrong information to the people.
That was no.
And that's what I did. So at the end, what I said was, you and WACK was trying to go down.
That was the second here. So look, again, y'all are talking about my second video on a situation where I played the footage. In my second video, I'm saying Jefe did not do the taco stand. He did the DP.
That's not what you said at all. We just watched the second video. We just watched it all. That's not what you said. You lying.
In that video, again, am I gonna sit here and say Ant was present at the taco stand scene? There was a car very similar to Ant Jefe's other car, but WACK gave me the footage that he's not the one doing the shooting. He's not the one who did the shooting, and I pointed that out. Right now, people thought Ant Jefe was involved. People from Dude's Hood, because
this is crazy. This is nasty work. Why is WACK even sending a video to you like this about Ant Jefe if it was him? Knowing that you're gonna play this video like you did and put it all on him. Oh wow. It's all coming. This is crazy. So WACK sent the video. I didn't even know that. I'm lost in the sauce. I ain't been trying to cover this stuff. WACK sent Poetik Flakko the video saying, yeah, Ant is this and he's the shooter or he's not the shooter, whatever the hell he just said. This is his car, and he reported on it. Setting you up, Flakko. You don't even see it, huh? You don't thinking this stuff is a game, putting these cases on members out here in LA. This is crazy.
Again, he may or may not have been at the scene. The car he drove may not have been at the scene. However, he was not the shooter in the taco stand video. So hence, we put that out there to exonerate Ant Jefe, right? Again, I'm not colluding with anybody to put any.
Yeah. Wait, you ain't with Flakko trap? Nope, I've never with Flakko. Never. Since day one, I've never with Flakko. Never. And people tried to make it seem like I was tripping. They was like, oh, bro, you doing too much. You just don't like him. You this, you that. Niggas tried to make me seem like I was the worst person ever for not fucking with Flakko. Tried to make me seem like I was like, just the anarchist. But it is what it is, bro. I never fuck with Flakko. But at the same time, too, now looking at it in actuality, when I was saying it, niggas was looking at me like I'm crazy. Now niggas want to be mad and have attitudes and all that. Flakko's not doing anything different than what he's already been doing. So it's not that I'm accepting of Flakko's behavior. I've already accepted Flakko's behavior. Hear what I said. It's not that I'm accepting of Flakko's behavior. I've already accepted Flakko's behavior. I accept him for who he is. I don't accept him for what he does. But what am I going to do about it? Nothing. If this is how this man continues to move his life, that's how this man continues to move his life.
Body in jail? Nah, that's ludicrous. That's nuts. Okay. I have a lot of sources for a lot of things. All right. Now, I promise you, if I would have probably talked to WACK before my first video.
F your sources. Your sources are trash and need to be exterminated. Your sources. Exterminated. Eliminated. Your sources have you putting out false information, putting out investigations in real time, open investigations, showing footage of killings in South Central Los Angeles and putting the killing on an oppositional gang member. And it's not true. This is what your sources got you doing. No one hear about your sources. Your sources could have just started a gang war. You could have started a gang war. You could have put a case on a man and you still doing it. That he has nothing to do with it. I don't know, still could have been there. Still don't want to admit that you was wrong. Doesn't matter. The authorities know that Ant Jefe had nothing to do with this, but still, this is crazy.
WACK probably would have told me, oh no, it's not the taco stand, Neff, it's this DP. Right.
You don't have to hop on every story, especially since your platform now is way more
The biggest
known than a lot of platform, and people are using. I mean, they're getting they're using your information, and they love the information that you're giving out, and they're thinking it's correct. They're coming into you for facts, so you don't.
But I'm correct 99.9% of the time.
I mean, you don't have to be like, oh, you hop on it and then is it right or is it not?
It's actually not true because Flakko, that's a real. His whole YouTube career is based upon lies he's put out there for sure. So you're actually not right 99% of the time. You lied about the Draco the Ruler situation. You lied about, this situation. There's a lot of things that Flakko has lied about. A lot of different things that Flakko has lied about. So not going to sit here and really say that, anything past that. And then let's be 100% transparent about it. The reason why you don't see Flakko with the YouTube plaque is because it's two different reasons. Number one, bot views. YouTube is not going to reward you with bot views. And shout out to my man Cliff World for putting me onto this one. Flakko and Hellcat are both guilty of buying YouTube videos that already had followers on them and then creating their own YouTube pages. So shout out to Cliff World for putting me onto that flu flam. But yes, a lot of people within our space, including Hellcat and Flakko, have used a website. I'll get it from Cliff World and I'll make sure I put it up for y'all if y'all want me to get into that, where these niggas will buy Instagram pages and YouTube pages, and they will use said YouTube pages to give the false, sense of success and all that kind of stuff. But it's a flu flam, it's a skull dug, and it is a complete larceny.
You don't even have to do that no more. Like
I'm more correct than the new. Listen, bro.
You can pick and choose what you want to do.
If I'm correct 99.9% of the time, I could one time. One time.
No, bro. No, you can't. We don't know that you are correct. Who says that? This is your word. This is your number that you're correct 99. Of course you're going to say that because you've just been caught. You've just been exposed for putting together a whole case on someone, and it's not true. It's inaccurate. And your response to that is, well, most of the time I am accurate. This is the one time I wasn't. Well, this one time could have started a war. This one time could have got someone the death penalty. You're putting a whole murder on this man. I mean, go look at the video. I saw a couple of pieces of it. When he put it out, I said, wow. The things that he was saying in there. Showing this man's car. Saying Jefe is the driver in the car. See, that's his homeboy right there. Got out of the car. He's arguing with the dude. See, dude punches him. I mean, just did the whole thing. Put this man at the whole scene. And you can just go brush over this. Man, this is crazy. He's going to brush over it.
But it's not even that he's going to brush over it. Damian Porter, he's being allowed to brush over it. There's no real pressure put upon Flakko the way that they will put pressure on other individuals. It's just kind of like, it's Flakko. It's all good. It's Flakko, blah, blah. And then that's, how the excuses continue to roll. That's how the excuses continue to fly. It's just a flu flammer situation, Damian Porter.
By saying, well, most of the time I'm right on my channel. No, if you're wrong one time, that's one too many. Apologize. Because that one time could have got, especially we talking about something like this, where you can put together a whole murder investigation, and you're wrong about that. It don't matter that it was just wrong one time. If the police arrest 100 individuals for murder, and they're right, they got the correct individual 100 times, and put them in jail for life. And then 101, the next person is the wrong person, and put him in jail for life. It doesn't matter that it was one time. It doesn't matter to that individual that has life in prison, that this is the only time that he got it wrong. Damn that. You got me with life in prison. And I didn't do anything. And we don't know that it was one time.
Well, we can name a few times that Flacco's been just blatantly wrong and has blatantly lied about situations. So the whole it was only one time thing doesn't really fit the situation because, again, we're familiar with plenty of situations. Again, I just want to continue to go most recently into the Draco the Ruler situation, where Flakko has just blatantly lied about a situation, like blatantly just told a mistruth. This is just not anything close to the truth. And you swore to God about it, and you made this whole big deal about it, and you even tried to put a case on Munchie B about it. But in actuality and tangibility, you were just not correct.
But you put cases on all kind of people. Did a whole video about Draco the Ruler's killer.
There it is.
You know who killed him, but the police don't. This individual that you put that case on still hasn't been arrested. So you're saying he did it, but the police are not. So how do we know you were right then, you were accurate? 99, Mr. 99.9. How do we know that was accurate? No one is in jail for it.
No one's in jail.
You can solve a murder, but the police can't. They did the investigation. They went to the crime scene. They spoke with witnesses. They were at the hospital. They collected evidence. You did none of this. Yet you know who killed the man, but the police don't. I want to hear about this 99.9 nonsense. You were wrong here, man. Period. Say it.
If I'm correct, 99.9.
Now, Damian Porter, again, is making an amazing point. I don't want to take away from any of Damian Porter's points. Unfortunately, Damian Porter, you are looking for an apology that is not going to come, my friend. That is not going to come. That is not going to come. That is not going to come.
9999%
Nope,
of
not
the
in your
time.
job. Nope. Not in your job.
What?
You can't.
Of course I can.
Nah.
Some here and there,
So
right?
people are essentially up in arms that you came out, you jumped the gun on some information.
I wasn't even the first, homie. There was videos up already.
So listen, but I'm just talking about you. So people are upset that you jumped the gun on some information, and then you retracted it. So what are people mad at?
Man.
You didn't retract it.
Okay,
Just
Jack,
won't let it go.
Wait. No, Jack. Here's the second narrative now. You probably missed the second.
See? And this is part of the problem right here. This Jack guy, whoever the hell this is. These people make me sick, man. You put a video out, it was wrong, but you retracted it, so what's the problem? I take it you don't gangbang, Jack. I take it you're not a member. Stay that way, bro. Stay out of LA business, all of y'all. Stay out of gang members' business. Y'all do that. That's the problem. Stop putting murder cases on people. That's I don't give a damn about you retracting it. You put it out there. And you retracted it, but not in good faith, because you're still here justifying it. And instead of you holding Poetik Flakko's feet to the fire and saying, bro, you were wrong. At least Trell is trying to do that somewhat. He said he's going to make a video about it. At least he's trying to say, no, you were wrong. This guy here is not holding him accountable and saying, you're a journalist. We are content creators. You work here with me as well. I don't want people to think the information we putting out over here is wrong. So just be careful with what you do and how you do it. I understand that you retracted the video. It should have never been put out there in the first place, though. It's what you should be telling them. Instead of saying,
that's really what it come down to. It just shouldn't have came out in the first place. Hey, I was wrong. I did something. I said something. I shouldn't have did it. My bad. And then that could have been the end of it. But we know that Flakko was not going to do that. So that's too much like right.
Well, what's the problem? You put something out there about a whole freaking murder that you put on someone, but you took it back. So what's the problem? Ask Jefe brother what's the problem. Ask his father. Ask his mother what's the problem with that.
Yeah, straight up.
Ask me if it was my little brother that you done put this on, that he had nothing to do with, all out on the internet, and you have a big platform. And all you did was retract it somewhat and still covering it up and justifying it. Talking about what's wrong with it. People freaking crazy. Freaking Jack.
Narrative. And T-Rail probably heard it.
Freaking Jack. We're sick of you, Jack. No more Jack.
Now the narrative is, and shout out to Spodie, because Spodie actually was not trying to throw me under the bus. So like when he was saying it, and he just said certain people, because Spodie is like my friend, and he don't want to like throw me under the bus.
Spodie Face is not your friend. Spodie Face is not your friend. So this is what I will say now. Turtle can say whatever Turtle can say if Turtle want to speak on this. I'm saying Spodie Face is not your friend. That's what I'm saying. Rich Trapper is saying that. Should Turtle want to come out and say, no, I'm friends with Flakko? That's his business. And then I'm going to look at Turtle and I'm going to say, nigga, you're lying. You're not friends with Flakko. You're a flu, flaming skull, Duggar, Larsoner. You're not friends with Flakko. But let's keep it.
But Spody says, Ed Jefe went back to court and they doubled his bond from $1 million to $2 million because of the bloggers and the narratives that he was present at multiple murders, right? So now I don't think a judge is watching a Poetik Flakko video and deciding, let's double Ed Jefe's bond from $1 million to $2 million. I don't even think that is a plausible theory. I don't even think that is a theory that that lacks. Like that right there there's no truth to that whatsoever.
How do you know? That lacks credence is the word that you're trying to so desperately to get out.
Man, come on, bro. You think the prosecutor said, hey, Judge, Poetik Flakko said Ed Jefe car was present?
No, but they could have used your information and then went out and actually investigated what information that they heard or seen from X.
Yeah, your conversation and your information could be a launching pad to get this case looked into for sure.
Y and Z, and not just you, multiple people that was putting out this story. You're just one of them, and you're one of the bigger platforms that we can listen to and hear. So once you do it, then everybody else is going to spew that nonsense into the world, and then there it goes. They can investigate on what they just heard. Now, if that's correct or not, we don't know, but they can go and do that. So what if it is correct just because of you guys said that? So all you're doing is lead them into the investigation at hand. That's what people are saying. They're not saying, oh, what's going on with Poetik Flakko? Oh, you ain't the only on the internet. You feel me?
And that's my thing. Yeah, that's my point.
But you do have one of the bigger platforms.
But you are on the internet blatantly snitching. But then that makes me wonder too, at what point do y'all stop platforming and sitting with a snitch? Like, y'all mad at Flakko. Well, you said it. Well, I'm just trying to hold you accountable. First of all, I'm going to be transparent. I don't think anybody's trying to hold Flakko accountable. I think that niggas are trying to run up the ticks and the clicks, and Flakko is just now being made content. I don't think that anyone, if you ask my personal opinion, I don't think any of these niggas genuinely give a damn. Honestly, you want to ask my personal opinion, because it's been shown off so many different ways, in so many different times, in so many different spaces, that these niggas don't care about that. You feel me? These niggas care about stuff when it affects them and when it affects their communities. And now it's a situation where it's a hot button and it's popular and it's cool to get on Flakko. So now they're doing it. But in actuality and transparency, it could have been any other situation, any other set of circumstances. Niggas wouldn't have did nothing. Niggas wouldn't have said nothing. Like I'm standing by that. I'm calling an inauthentic moment right now.
Platforms and there's some
they with them as long as they can use that nigga for content. Exactly. They with this nigga as long as they can use this nigga for content. Nobody's mad at Flakko in real life. Nobody hates Flakko in real life. Nobody's going to stop doing content with Flakko in real life. He'll be back up there next week. This is just something that they can talk about to where they can get the clicks and the ticks and the views up to where, you know, now we got something like this. Now we got blah, 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 this and blah, blah, that. And fortunately for Trell, he's in a space to where he's with Flakko weekly, so he can go ahead and just be the first one to jam him up and all that kind of stuff. And now we're in these types of situations. But it's all fake.
Yeah, you have a responsibility, Flakko. He's not getting it.
And then here's the thing, too. I agree that Flakko has responsibility. I'm not taking this away from anybody. I agree. Flakko has responsibility. He should handle himself a lot more responsibly, a lot more credibly, a lot more realistic. But we're looking at the same thing. Like I've been saying, what is Flakko doing new? What is Flakko doing that he hasn't already been doing? What is Flakko bringing to the situation that he hasn't already brought to the situation a million times? A flu flaming skull, Doug and Larson.
Look at it. He's rolling his eyes almost. He's nonchalant. Yeah, that's my point. I'm a content creator, basically. And again, Flakko, I just had this conversation with someone a couple of nights ago who was getting on my nerve. Like all people do who cannot take accountability. It's my pet peeve. I mean, it irks me so bad. I can't be around these kind of people.
My nigga, it's a fake press. It's a fake press. Because if it was a real press, it would be you tripping, bro. Wookie bam, blah, blah. A fake press is disrespectful towards somebody who is getting pressed. And I don't mean disrespectful by the way of calling them out their name. I don't mean disrespectful by the way of like, you know, oh, you are this and you are that, blah, blah, blah. You guys about to go to bed? You are this and you are that, blah, 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 this and blah, 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 that. But brush your teeth, wash your face. Love you, buddy. Hey, guess what I got? Hold on.
Oh,
7 to 10 business days.
all right.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
That's gonna help. I got you. I love you so much. My big baby. Daddy's baby. Oh, daddy's baby. Daddy's baby. Oh. I love you so much. That made you happy?
Yes.
I got you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Papa. Real quick. For those of y'all wondering what that little moment was about, he blind. As y'all can see, he blind. And he been out there playing football and he can't see. So I went ahead and dropped that chili on these for my boy. Good goggles for him. You know what I'm saying? Good goggly oglies. You feel me? Good goggly oglies. $2,000 for these motherfuckers, bro. $2,000 fucking dollars.
I don't want no parts of them. I don't want to have a conversation.
No number too high for the homies.
With them on the phone. I don't want to be bothered with these sort of people. There's nothing wrong.
Y'all put on deodorant.
With being wrong about whatever it is. It just means that you are human. We all make mistakes. We are all imperfect beings.
But see, and then here go the thing too. Now that's real. What do they talk about with Flakko when the camera's off? The flu flam, and they just laugh. Oh no, come on, Flakko. We gotta use you for content, bro. Come on, bro. Don't be mad. We gotta just talk about it, bro. They saying this about you. They saying this about you. We gotta do it, bro. We gotta do it for the content. It's all that, bro. It's disingenuous. It's very disingenuous. Nobody has a problem with Flakko. Nobody's upset with Flakko.
The real wrong, is not being able to acknowledge that you were wrong. That's the travesty. And that's just something that I can't get when I've mentioned it a few times. I mentioned it to this individual on the phone a couple of nights ago. Because it sticks out to me amongst many other things about Brother Malcolm X. But just one of his speeches when he was referring to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Come on,
and he said that any man that cannot admit that he is wrong in reference to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
And I ain't talking about Damian Porter, but come on, bro. Let's be real. Do you guys really think that anybody's really upset with Flakko, really saying anything to Flakko behind the scenes? Hell no, bro. Hell no. Man, like nobody's saying anything to this nigga. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's doing anything. None of that type of shit. So when it comes down to what Flakko has going on, it's just a flu, flam, a Skodug, and a Larson.
He's not only not a divine man. Not only are you not a divine man, why you're not?
Do you still want that pudding in the fridge?
Nigga, don't touch my pudding. No, don't touch my banana pudding. No. And I'm glad that you asked. If you would have ate my banana pudding, you would have had a fade, bro. But I said I was going to take y'all somewhere tomorrow, didn't I? Maybe I told Daisy. We got something cracking this weekend. Don't trip.
Even a man.
But that banana pudding, brother, you will not touch my banana pudding, big dog. And I thank you for asking, because if you would have ate it, you would have got your ass whooped. Thank you, my guy. I got you, though. I got you. And maybe this weekend I can teach y'all how to make banana pudding. That'll work. With the egg white stiff tips. I got you. Don't trip. I got you.
Not only are you,
my bad, y'all, parenting.
You not a divine man, as you claim to be. You're not even a man, an ordinary man. If you can't admit that you are wrong. So true. This whole attitude is really throwing me off and irking me. This whole, I made the video and, almost like that's just that. Like I'm justified because I got it from a gang member or gang member was saying this about him. No, you got it from WACK, who's sitting here also apparently solving the case. And Jefe's right here in the car. He's the shooter, and he's this, and he sent it to you, and you go out there and put it out there. And your only response to it is, well, other people making content on it too. And I'm just going off of what I heard. No, at least Trell, again, is trying to hold him to some sort of accountability. No, you have a big platform. A big platform. Shout out to you, man. Congratulations. I hope to get there one day. No hating over here. He works hard. He does his content. He deserves his success. He has a big platform. He's earned it, obviously, or he wouldn't have it. So shout out to Poetik Flakko for that, for grinding and getting to where he is at in sincerity. That's what we all should strive for. To improve ourselves, improve our content, and get up there. That's fine. With that comes responsibility, though. Even with a small platform comes responsibility. Just be as accurate as possible with information. And when you talk about something like this, again, this is dreadful. You're talking about someone losing their life. Talking about someone taking this man's life. You don't want to be mistaken about this sort of stuff. Not when you're putting together a whole video on it to make it seem like what you're talking about is true. Pointing out stuff in the video. I mean, man, and it's not true. That should never happen, but it does because we are content creators. That's okay, man. It happens, man. But you need to have the same energy with something like that it took to make that video. When you find out that the video is inaccurate, you need to take that same, however long that video was, an hour and 5 minutes, you need to take an hour and 5 minutes undoing that mess. Not 5 minutes, justifying it and explaining why you did it and why it's okay, even when you find and talking about maybe you're still accurate, basically. Maybe he was there. No, bro, that's not gonna freaking do it.
A large amount of views and people are looking, bro. You can't say they not. You feel me? You can't say they not.
Hey, homie, I'll be real, bro. Now, I heard there was a raid in Jefe's house. What's more plausible?
All right, man. So we finna go ahead and slide up out of here. We gonna say and kick it, chat. Y'all kick it, y'all kick it, y'all kick it. But you feel me? Now that we going into some more breaking news, we finna go ahead and give y'all a new video. With that all being said, man, like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, hit all, tap in for the latest and the greatest. Shout out for Damian Porter. Chat, y'all saying kick it though. Anybody on the internet who might have your nude photos, we know that by now. It's Officer WACK100, man. He is a collector of cocksmiths. You feel me? If anybody had an elusive cock like a rooster roaming around, WACK100 might have a hand on it or his own. Don't worry about that. We finna jump into Chick Smooth where WACK100 says that he has a crazy video of Drake's main girl getting hit in the Buka 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 by one of Kendrick's homies, and that's why Drake is so mad.
About things. Oh boy, here we go, you guys. WACK100 is back at it once again. The pussy police, the man that knows when someone's cheeks are getting clapped or when said cheeks have been clapped. If there's a sex tape out there involving a celebrity, best believe WACK100 already knows about it. And he already has his own copy freshly made. Now, I'm sure you guys remember WACK100 claiming he had a sex tape of the late Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P., but we never saw any proof of the tape. Now, Nipsey is not the only person WACK100 has made claims of having personal information on. WACK has previously claimed he had a flash drive that happened to contain information on Drake that could possibly get him into serious trouble.
So you got top 5 up there.
Yeah, we got top 5 coming up.
Drake need to get away from top 5.
Why do you think he's bad news?
Bad news.
Why?
This is how much respect I got for you, Drake.
A hard drive? USB drive?
This is how much respect I have for you. I'm telling you, somebody listening, Drake, hear me, no troll on Pyro.
I got so much respect for you, Drake, that I stopped at Office Max on my way to No Jumper and bought a brand new flash drive so I could hold up an empty flash drive in front of Adam 22.
Get away from that dude. This has been in existence about 90 days. And I have made sure it hasn't went anywhere. Personally. I think you know what I'm talking about. That dude with his mouth and the things he say does not support your career and as far you come. I'm telling you.
Now, just like other claims WACK100 has made, we never saw anything about the flash drive either. But today, WACK100 is back again with some very serious, hot and heavy allegations on Drake. Now, last night, WACK100 was on a phone call stream with DJ Academics, and the worst part is, according to WACK, Academics already knew about it. He just never put it out there because Drake is his man's. Here's what WACK said.
He got that video, bro. He got that video that you don't like to speak about.
What video?
Of a motherfucker in that TDE camp knocking his main ball down. So you reacted like you don't know about that video, nigga. You know about that video.
So WACK is saying that DJ Academics is well aware that somebody out the TDE camp was from the back. Drake's main lady. Okay.
You making it up?
Ain't no making shit up, bro. They don't making shit up. You know it. See, we ain't saying nothing about it. Since you played
Academics is laughing, I kind of believe WACK might be saying something that's striking a nerve there. Academics is doing that nervous laugh. I noticed that these dudes all have this little nervous laugh that they do, and I'm noticing that Academics is nervous laughing right now.
We gonna put it out there. You know that nigga got sent that video, because we know who sent it. We orchestrated getting sent. His main bitch he in love with. We ain't gonna say her name.
WACK, you're
getting
trolling.
her back blown the fuck out by a TDE member.
WACK trolling. Yo, WACK.
Just saying, bro.
I don't think that he's trolling. I think that he's serious. I think that that's an actual real thing based off the way that Academics and WACK's trolling. He tried to like swoop it under the rug real quick.
Be honest with you, like
just saying.
Like
just saying, my nigga. Look, give props.
Which TDE nigga we will look like they could? First of all, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
They don't even be getting bad bitches. Like,
here, bro.
Like, yo,
get the fuck out of here.
I went to the TDE show. It was no bad bitches in there. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
I mean, listen, man. I'm just telling you what went on, bro. So
Drake girl didn't think so.
I was in the whole Detroit stadium looking for the baddies. I couldn't see.
Bro. The homie is savage. The homie had the bitch. He was telling the bitch.
That's
bitch,
cap.
Make an owl noise. The bitch was
saying. This is cap. I know.
That's a pigeon, idiot. An owl goes, hoo, hoo. That's a pigeon. Nigga, you don't know your animals? Golly. That nigga said, that's a pigeon, stupid. You ain't never heard the Birdman song? What happened to that boy? That's a pigeon. It's not an owl. Excuse me. Thank you. Homie, just come in.
But hold on. Who we now? Hold on. Wait.
The homie was back here.
All right, all jokes aside. All jokes aside.
Listen, bro.
Wait.
Acting like you don't know about the video. Text your man right now asking about the video.
There's no video. He's your troll.
Text your man asking about the video.
All jokes aside.
Text him.
All jokes aside. So after Drake.
Now, first off, I think it's interesting that DJ Academics continues to bring on WACK100 on the stream, knowing damn well WACK does not like Drake. And every time he gets on Academic stream, WACK does nothing but diss Drake. WACK100 is absolutely a wild card. You never know what he's going to reveal. Now, let's actually address.
You never know what he's actually going to lie about. Is probably a better way to say that. It's not going to reveal. Reveal gives the validity of truth. This is flu flammeries.
Do we actually believe this is true? That somebody in TDE's camp was clapping up a chick that Drake is in love with? Listen, you guys, as much as I would like to believe this story, WACK, we gotta see something, brother. We gotta see a butt cheek hair. We gotta see a butt crack. We gotta see the top of the nipple, some eyelashes, toes, shit. Even if you take a screenshot, nothing crazy, nothing that's going to lead you into legal trouble, something that we can use to match up the DNA and make sure this is an actual chick Drake is in love with, that's when I'll actually believe it. Now, we all know Drake has multiple thotties, but there is a girl he does reference a lot in a lot of his records, Baby M. A lot of people in the industry know her to be Drake's main squeeze.
The fuck with the Drake's bitches, but we don't know who the fuck Drake. Oh, Joe.
Let me find out that J-Rock was knocking down Baby M and the niggas and Guardians. Crazy. Crazy while the corn lady blowing the horn. Wild. Took her to Hawkins afterwards. Wild word.
All right, Drake gonna be mad at me for this, but DM Baby M, nigga. Like if you get Baby M on your pod, Drake gonna be mad now. Drake gonna be mad. But it's like but these are not his girlfriend. These are like the things he smashes real quick, just so he could get 2 hot songs. Like he don't give a damn. That's the problem with Drake. Yes, keep it 100. The only way to get back at a nigga, you gotta get a Baby M, bro. Straight up.
So, do we actually think Baby M took a trip to Compton and got her cheeks clapped by somebody in TDE? I don't know, you guys. This one is a tough sell for me. I don't think it's her, but in this fake-ass entertainment industry, you never know how people move behind the scenes. You guys get in the comments below. Do you guys believe?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I do know this. Wack is always giving us some information and some flammery and some skullduggery and some larceny. He don't never seem like he can really back that thing up like a Juvenile song. So we gonna see. With that all being said, red dots to the left, you know the rest. Gone. News Network, I'm glad that you enjoyed that content. We heard the cries, we heard the complaints. Now we don't got no intro, but we do got an outro with the same information, man. Make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you dropping comments. Make sure you dropping likes. Make sure you subscribing to everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network, because we will be giving away some more Chiliana once we hit that 40,000 membership, 40,000 subscriber, threshold. We're gonna make sure that we give y'all some Chiliana, man. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all stay looking out. Make sure y'all stay right here at TNN Trap News Network. The news you can use, the knowledge you're not finna get in nobody's college. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a good subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're gonna keep you updated on what's going on these YouTube streets. You already know the deal, man. If you enjoyed this content, throw the red dot to the left. You know the rest. We gone.
Hi, I'm WACK100. When I'm not snitching on the internet, I'm snitching in real life for your own personal home security. Call 1-800-WACK-ATTACK. We're first, law enforcement second.
Hey, I'm Adam22. Got an extra soul laying around? Be like Doughboy and WACK100 and sell yours today. One soul equals a lot of clout.